There is no much difference in modesty between religious Jews and members of the Deeper Life Bible Church in Nigeria. Only that Deeper Life Bible Church doesn't observe Shabbat, nor block their communities on Shabbat or religious holidays. This is Rabbi Akiva Street at day. This is also Rabbi Akiva Street at night. Hello, what's up everyone? It's your boy the Crackhead, wishing you all a wonderful day. Today I'm gonna be exploring my ex-city, not the whole city though, but just a street. A street, in my opinion, is the most religious street in Israel. Or is it? I know a lot of Israelis or religious people in other cities in Israel would not agree with my opinion. But it is my opinion all the same. Or aren't we entitled to opinion anymore these days? So dear followers and subscribers, sit tight as we explore my most religious street in Israel. Okay, to make everyone happy, the most religious street in Bnei Brak.
Hello, what's up everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. It's always going to be your boy, the Crackhead. And of course, we'll always wish you a wonderful day. It's yet another day for exploring and sightseeing. Today I'm taking myself to Bnei Brak, the most religious place, or I should say the most religious street in the whole of Israel. I have lived in Bnei Brak for, in fact, almost all my time here in Israel. I have interacted with the people, related with the people, while a lot of people would be like surprised that a foreigner lives in Bnei Brak. We foreigners that lived in Bnei Brak, we weren't surprised because, again, there is always a kind of misconception about people that we rate and define people from distances. I lived with Jews, religious Jews, since 2010. I came to Israel.
You get it?
Up until
if you don't
when
get it,
I left in June 2025, I would say that none of them treated me unfairly. None of them treated me in a bad way. However, I would also say, yes, there are also some who are racist among them.
I don't want peace.
Because there are times when I go on the street, some of their kids, the religious kids, will be calling out Kushi. Kushi is a Hebrew word. I don't know even if it's Hebrew, but just like using the N word. Well, I forgive them for that because they do not know what they are doing. After all, they are kids. But aside from that, when I lived in Bnei Brak, it was an amazing place to the point that when I left, I felt nostalgic. Time to time, I go to this neighborhood, not the very neighborhood I'm going right now, because the neighborhood I am taking you guys to is a neighborhood that even on Shabbat, you dare not drive your car. But some parts of Bnei Brak, on Shabbat, you can drive. I'm waiting right now for a bus that's going to be taking me there. Here is Petah Tikva Stadium. For now, I'm just going to keep waiting for my bus that is supposed to take me to Bnei Brak. See you guys. All right, guys, so I came down from the bus. This is the bridge that connects Bnei Brak to Tel Aviv, or Bnei Brak with Tel Aviv. English is not my native language. And right in front of me is the Ayalon Mall. This way leads to Petah Tikva, and this way leads to Tel Aviv. While this way I am walking towards leads to Bnei Brak. I could take a connecting bus to Bnei Brak, but that would be very easy So I prefer to walk and also show you guys some interesting places along the way. Or aren't they interesting? Of course they are. This is Ayalon Mall.
Hold on, please do well by liking this video so that YouTube will show it to more people, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
The tall building you're seeing here is called Champions Building. The foundation of this building started in January 2011. I can still remember it clearly as if it was yesterday. Why? Because when I came to Israel in 2010, December, and I started my work around this area, so every time I passed here to work, I would see them digging and laying foundation of this tall building here. In fact, it is because of this building that this road you're seeing here was opened. From this side up to Tel Aviv was a major road, but from the traffic light to Bnei Brak wasn't. I think it was opened because of this building you're seeing here. This parking lot is so huge. This is the building up close or closer. This way leads to Petah Tikva, and this way leads to Tel Aviv. While straight ahead leads to Bnei Brak. The good thing about today is that it is not raining. It's a hot weather today, and I'm even feeling hot. Okay, we're now getting into the territory of Bnei Brak properly. But again, this is not the street we want. We want the most religious street in Bnei Brak. I can say from where you're seeing right now, it's Bnei Brak. I'm just waiting for the lights. Okay, here we go. So, what I meant when I say this road wasn't a major road was that this road you're seeing right now wasn't accessible in order to get to the other road that leads to to Tel Aviv. In order to go further ahead, there used to be a bypass that connects it to the major road. But I think because of that Champions building, the road was made to connect Bnei Brak to Tel Aviv. This is Bnei Brak, at least some part of Bnei Brak. Guys, this was my first ever neighborhood here in the state of Israel. I present to you, brothers and sisters, Abu Hatzira Street. Yeah, it's been a long way. It's been a long way. Walking this street brings me memories. The friends we've lost along the way. I mean, literally lost along the way. The friends that were deported. The friends that willingly went back to Nigeria. It brings back memories. And I'm going to show you the house I lived, my very first apartment here in Bnei Brak, in Israel. Let's keep going. This was one of the mini markets or convenience store I used to visit when I lived here in Abu Hatzira. There used to be a bakery here. They still have one. I think they do. It still works and operates. We used to come here to buy bread in bulk or in wholesale. Wow, it's still working. That's great. This street brings back memory. Here we come here to eat shawarma. Still working. Good. When I lived here, there was no police station, but I see now they have a police station here. That's an upgrade. Amazing. I lived here in Abu Hatsira, I think about just 8 months. So many things changed. And when I left Abu Hatsira, I relocated to another street here in Bnei Brak called Borokhov Street. That was my second street. And from Borokhov, I moved to Ben Gurion Street. And the part of Ben Gurion I lived was assigned to Bnei Brak. I lived in the border between Ben Gurion and Ramat Gan. So yes, this was my first street in Israel, Abu Hatsira Street, Bnei Brak, State of Israel. And this fence is where the apartment is. As at then, there was no gate. This is the building, number 3, Abu Hatsira. There was no gate here, and we were living on the 4th floor. From December 2010 till September 2011. So guys, this was my first neighborhood in the state of Israel, Abu Hatsira Street. And walking here again brings back memories, good memories, but just one bad memory. Anyways, let's keep exploring Bnei Brak. We're yet to find out the most religious street here in Bnei Brak. That's the purpose of this video. Not to show you where I lived before. Showing you where I lived before was just a bonus, because if I didn't walk, I don't think I would have come to this neighborhood or this area to show you where I lived. But just that I happened to walk this route. This is the major road, Jabotinsky Road, that connects all 4 cities: Tel Aviv, Ramat Gan, Bnei Brak, with Petah Tikva. Now, since I'm in this area, this street Sokolov is another religious street, but I wouldn't rate it the most religious. Even though on Shabbat, yeah, the entrance here is blocked, it's closed off, so no cars, no electric thingy can drive in. That's how it is in every city that is religious. If there is a particular neighborhood that is religious, on Shabbat, you can't drive in, so the roads are closed.
Living here in Bnei Brak was not really a problem for me. Neither did it feel strange, because personally, I was born into a very strict Christian family. There is no much difference in modesty between religious Jews and members of the Deeper Life Bible Church in Nigeria. Only that Deeper Life Bible Church doesn't observe Shabbat, nor block their communities on Shabbat or religious holidays. So I was fine with living in Bnei Brak. Since we're now in Bnei Brak, let's get to know more about this city. Bnei Brak is a city here in Israel located on the central Mediterranean coastal plain, just east of Tel Aviv. It is one of the most densely populated and poorest cities in Israel, serving as a primary global center for Haredi Judaism. The population is predominantly ultra-Orthodox, with a population of approximately 223,785 as of 2023. The city is a time capsule of Eastern European Jewish life, characterized by numerous yeshivos, that is religious schools, synagogues, and strict adherence to religious law. Most businesses close early on Friday for Shabbat, during which the city's internal streets are closed to vehicular traffic.
And some nice rides too in Bnei Brak. Cross over to the other side because it's too sunny on this side.
And so guys, we're now at Rabbi Akiva Street. So I can officially tell you, welcome to Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva Street is a primary commercial and cultural thoroughfare of Bnei Brak. Often described as the Champs-Élysées of the Haredi world, it serves as a central hub for shopping, religious services, and community life. The street is famous for its high concentration of specialized shops catering to the Orthodox community. It's a home to luxury fashion stores for men and women, including well-known modest clothing chains like Mekimi, Rachelis, and Zoya.
I know you might be asking, seeing what is going on right now, what makes this street so religious, as you say? What makes it the most religious street in Israel? Because from what I'm seeing, I don't see any difference between this street and other places you've been. And I'm gonna tell you, you might not see it, but once you get and step into the street, you will feel it. The way people dress here, first of all, it's differently. If it's in summer, I came to the street walking with sleeveless. Now the eyes that would be vested on me would be like my body is about to be ripped off. That's the look you get. That look of disdain, we don't approve this here. Well, some of those looks also looks of admiration. But the most important thing is that on this street, you will really feel the Shabbatness and the religiousness of this street. You think so they're wise? When it is Friday. So this is Rabbi Akiva Street. Here it says Rabbi Akiva or Rabbi Akiva, however you want to pronounce it. And this was my post office when I lived here in Bnei Brak. That was where I used to come get my letters or packages from AliExpress. Different shops. Here is a pizza shop. Here, home style. A lot of clothing stores here at Rabbi Akiva Street. It's one of the longest streets here in Bnei Brak. I'm tired already because of the long walk I've done since from Petah Tikva, and when I got down the bus stop at Ayalon Mall, I had to do a long walk to get here. And here at Rabbi Akiva, it's mostly climbing, descending, climbing, descending.
You are a failure. You are a failure.
So that makes me even more tired.
You can
It should be just with one velocity. Either you climb or you defend. What is climbing, descending, that wears you out. All right, it's green. Let's go.
Rabbi Akiva Street is famous for its high concentration of specialized shops catering to the Orthodox community. It has prominent tailors and shops such as Bagir and Pirov Classic, which provide formal suits and ceremonial clothing.
It seems like here they have a lot of clothing shops and jewelry shops.
The street is primary location for finding ceremonial Judaica arts and Hasidic music. It has major Jewish bookstores such as Yefe Nofeldaim, which are located along the route. The street is characterized by its high-density urban environment, frequent crowds, and distinctive religious atmosphere.
What is this building here?
It is smoky book.
It seems like it's a religious building, but we're not about to go find it out.
It is taking there.
I don't think they would even let me get in there. Since I got into Rabbi Akiva, what is that one specific thing you have noticed here in this street? Can you guess on the comment section? What you would see in Tel Aviv, but you haven't seen it yet on this video. All right, I'm gonna tell you. The one thing you haven't seen yet here in Bnei Brak, most especially in this street, Rabbi Akiva, is people dressing unmodestly. Let's say that. You can see, while it's winter, everybody, should cover up, should wear sweater. Now go to Tel Aviv. If I make this same video right now in Tel Aviv, you're gonna see people dressing half naked.
Nope.
Even in winter.
Nope.
And like I told you before, today is not very cold. It's hot. In fact, I'm even sweating with this sweater and my suit.
It is what it is. It is
So
what it is.
there are people in Tel Aviv who would still dress not properly, even in this weather. So what you can notice clearly here at Rabbi Akiva is that people dressed modestly, both men, women, children, boys, girls, everybody covers up. That is why it is one of the most religious streets and the most religious neighborhood. But that's not the only reason. I think the religiousness of Rabbi Akiva is very, visible and evident.
How many times will they tell you before you know that
I remember one time in Jerusalem, I met a religious guy, and he told me that even Rabbi Akiva, as in this neighborhood, is even more religious than some Orthodox religious neighborhood in Jerusalem. Let's keep going.
Beyond shopping, Rabbi Akiva Street contains vital civic and community infrastructure. Its religious council is located at number 12. Facilities like Clalit Health Services, located at number 83, are positioned on the main road. Several Israel Post branches are available, including those at number 34 and number 75.
It's a very long street. Keeps going all the way. I will not get to the end of the street. I'm gonna stop somewhere. Why are you not dressed? Yeah, they don't like this kind of people. He's wearing shorts. Probably that's why he's running. He shouldn't be wearing shorts. Here in Rabbi Akiva, he's not modestly dressed.
The street is named after Rabbi Akiva, a monumental Torah scholar who established a yeshiva in Bnei Brak during the Talmudic era.
What is this place? Looks like a clinic. Clalit. Yeah, I think it's a clinic.
Rabbi Akiva features religious stores, hats, books, men's music, yeshivas, synagogues, and diverse Jewish life, reflecting the city's deep religious character with a blend of Hasidic and Lithuanian communities and vibrant cultural activity centered around Torah study and tradition.
To me, it's the most religious street in Israel.
You can be prosecuted for
I'm not saying that as a bad thing. No. In fact, the more religious you are, the more spiritual you are. But that doesn't necessarily mean the better you are as a person. You could be religious, but you're a very bad person. Because being religious is just adhering and keeping to traditions. And most of those traditions are traditions that eventually, it will not even motivate or inspire other people. Nevertheless, if you are a religious person, keep it up. At least that in a way, it's kind of morality. It's your culture, it's your tradition. So me being here at Rabbi Akiva and saying it is the most religious city or area or neighborhood in Israel doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because they are trying to preserve their religion. They're trying to preserve their culture. So as a foreigner, if you bring something foreign that is not theirs, they have the right to kick you out. They have the right to kick you away and tell you, no, this is not acceptable here. So it all comes down to when you are in Rome, you better have to behave like the Romans if you don't want to have a problem in Rome. That's all what I have to say.
It is finished.
Rabbi Akiva is a main street crossing the city from west to east, a focal point for daily life and commerce. The street is lined with shops selling religious items, men's ceremonial wear, holy books, music, essential for the devout population. If you happen to find yourself in Rabbi Akiva, expect bustling crowds of yeshiva students, large families, and the sounds and smells of traditional Jewish life, including halal and kosher food. You'll also see influences from various Hasidic dynasties like Ger and Lithuanian communities with important synagogues and charity organizations branching off. In essence, Rabbi Akiva Street offers a microcosm of Bnei Brak's rich, deeply religious and busy Haredi world, blending ancient tradition with contemporary Haredi urban life.
Wow. Looks like a good shawarma. Hi. Speak English? Rak Ivrit? Okay, I want shawarma. it is a very neat place. So that is why I think it will be nice to have my breakfast here. Even though it's already lunchtime. I am hungry. Alright, time to eat. So this is pita with shawarma, chips, and this, I don't know what it's called. I saw it, it looked good. I decided to try. And like you see, it tastes good. This street is a very compacted street. And usually at rush hours, the traffic is wow. It's not yet rush hour. Because of this street, at rush hours, there is traffic on the main street of Jabotinsky. Of course, there are also vegetables and fruits here at Rabbi Akiva Street. Potatoes, oranges, more oranges, apple, avocado. I don't know the name of this fruit, don't ask me. More avocado, tangerine, and there are a lot of them. But all the fruits, this is my most favorable fruit. Why is this one soft? Oh, it's not hard yet. No pun intended.
You know you cannot make it.
This is my most favorable fruit. Not like and after this one, this also. All right, so that's the end of my visit here at Rabbi Akiva Street. I'm taking myself back to my abode. Where's my abode? Of course, in Petah Tikva. Not Tel Aviv, not Ramat Gan, not Rishon LeZion, not Jerusalem. But Petah Tikva.
Really, nigga?
So Rabbi Akiva, it was nice meeting you once again, or walking on your street once again. And well, I don't know if to say I hope to see you next time, because I don't really hope to see you next time. Even when I was living here in Bnei Brak, I didn't come here to Rabbi Akiva just to take a walk. I only came here if and only when I had something to do. So if I tell you, Rabbi Akiva, hope to see you next time, I would be lying to you, because I don't really hope to see you next time unless something brings me here. So guys, that street we just left To me, in my own opinion, is the most religious street in the state of Israel. If you don't agree with me, then let's go to court. So God bless Rabbi Akiva. God bless all religious people worldwide. And of course, God bless the state of Israel. It's your boy, the Crackhead. See you guys in the next video. Bye for now.